This is the reason the narcissist gets married, and this is the reason the narcissists are in long-term relationship. Everybody's always confused. If the narcissist is such a narcissist, how come some of them are married? Am I married to a narcissist because don't they just leave their supplies after a few months and leave? No. No, 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 no. You're getting it all wrong. The narcissist, I'll tell you exactly why the narcissist can sustain a long relationship or even get married and stay married for a long, long time. I tell you guys this, just because someone is married, just because people are married for years, doesn't mean that they're actually married. Doesn't mean that their union is of God or is of an actual marriage, what a marriage is supposed to be, especially dealing with a narcissist. See, again, the narcissist wants to be seen as very, very important. The narcissist public personality or persona or whatever, public perception of them is very, very important. The narcissist needs to have that beautiful wife. The narcissist wants people to know that they have the best jobs and they make good money. The narcissist wants to have those beautiful children, so they go out of their way to make those things happen. But usually when the narcissist gets that wife, when the narcissist gets that beautiful girlfriend, it is for them. It's not about the union. It's not about the love. It is for them. It is a reflection on them. And usually the reason these people stay married for a long, long, long time is because they found the best supply who's willing to put up with their nonsense. Some of these women and men are suffering in silence. Some of them are crippled by the narcissist. And how they get crippled by the narcissist is because maybe they're financially dependent on the narcissist. Maybe they have children by the narcissist. Maybe the narcissist successfully detached and isolated them from their family and friends, and now they're fully dependent on the narcissist. Again, maybe financially they don't have a way out. So many reasons. Maybe the narcissist has finally killed their self-esteem to where they cannot get up and go. They don't see themselves as human anymore. They don't see their lives without this person. The narcissist is a powerful manipulator. And if they successfully get a person to a place where the person is completely dependent on them, the person stays for fear of leaving, for fear of, wasting their time, for fear of so many different reasons. Some of them are afraid for their lives. The narcissist has literally told them that if they ever left, they would hurt them. So not everyone who's married to the narcissist is happy. Not everyone who's in a long-term relationship with a narcissist is truly married. And that's why you see a lot of married single women, a lot of married single mothers. I can guarantee you, if you were to really, really sit a married woman, a person who's truly married to a narcissist down and talk to them and get marriage advice, you will find that these people are miserable. These people are slaves to these narcissists. The narcissist has gotten them to a point where no one will even believe them if they try to tell someone what's really going on. The narcissist has gotten them to the place where they are completely dependent on them. So once the narcissist gets that victim, and unfortunately it does happen, some people figure the narcissist out, check them, leave them, and they're gone. Myself included. I was out when I found out who I was dealing with. I had worked too hard. I had broken so many generational curses in my family, being a first generation college graduate, being the first, person to make a milli in my family, being the first successful, at least at that level, person in my family. I was not going to let this loser ruin my youth, ruin my success, my education. I was not going to let that happen. My desire to get away was more than my desire to fall for that nonsense. So I left. Did I suffer after leaving? Absolutely, I did. But it got better and better and better. I could have easily stayed and married this person. We were engaged. This person engaged me after 3 months. After 3 months of being together. He was in a rush to marry me because he knew my potential. He knew my power. He knew who I was and what I was capable of. At a young age, he knew what I had accomplished. So he took that, the same things he praised me for, the same things he was so happy about, the same thing he told me he couldn't believe that he bagged me. He tried to take that and ruin it little by little, break my wings little by little by little. And it worked for a little bit because, again, I didn't know what I was dealing with. I didn't know who I was dealing with. But when I figured it out, I was out. I was out. I was out. I could have easily stayed. This person tried to cripple me by moving me away from my family, moving me, knowing that I had a little baby, knowing that I didn't know anybody in this city, knowing all of these things. He tried to cripple me, and he thought it would work. And that's what they try to do. So I could have easily just went ahead, married him, get even more stuck with him. Worse yet, had a child by this person and be stuck with them for the rest of my life. A lot of these people, just before I forget this point, one of the things you have to watch out for these narcissists is that they are down low. And I've talked about that before. But not only that, a lot of these people carry a lot of diseases. They are struggling with their sexuality. They try a lot of new things. And because of that, they carry a lot of diseases. You have to be very, very careful. You have to insist on having protected S with these people. If you value yourself, if you value your life and your health, you got to be very, very careful with these people. You're dealing with demons. You are dealing with worthless humans who don't care about themselves. They hate themselves. And because of that, they're going to hate you. They're not going to protect you. Whatever they have, they're going to give it to you, disease-wise. So no, the narcissist does not get married because they're in so much love or because they are such great people and people are choosing to marry them and be with them. A lot of those people are trapped. A lot of those people are trapped. Again, read the comments. You will see that people are saying, I'm finally away from this person after 20 years. I'm finally away from this person after 15 years. That's a 20 years marriage. And if you saw that person when they were married to this person, you will say, wow, you've been married for 20 years? How amazing. But you don't even know what hell that person has been living through. So yeah, the narcissist can be in a long-term relationship, but it's not what you think. Their victims are victiming. Okay? Their victims are suffering. It takes a lot to get away from these people. That's why I commend anyone who has successfully gotten away from a narcissist, who has successfully fled the narcissist, who has successfully survived the narcissist. That is commendable, because if you truly have dealt with a narcissist, you know firsthand how painful, how life-changing that experience can be. So I commend you. If you are on that journey, I commend you. You are stronger than you know. You are more powerful than you know. When you get away from the narcissist, that's when you become powerful. Even if it's a parent, best friend, but especially if it's a romantic partner, these people feel like they own you. When you get away from them, you're so powerful. You are so powerful. So yeah, marriage means nothing to these people. It just means that they successfully trapped an innocent person and that person has become a slave to them. Follow for more.